Hey, Drew.
Hey, Jeff. What you doing?
I am running laps.
Got to stay fit for the Planet Wars.
Exactly. If I want to try to take over the rest of this planet for the red team, then I need to make sure that I'm fit and ready to go. This is PlanetSide 2.
You got a lot of work ahead of you if you want to take over an entire planet, Jeff.
Yeah, I do.
Let's need some help.
Take a look at the current state of the world here.
Whoa.
I'm the red guys.
So is this the whole world?
This is one of the continents. So you see over here we have multiple continents. You see,
oh man, you're not doing so hot.
Red guy is not.
Yeah,
well, you know, it's kind of not our home continent.
Amerish.
Yeah,
Does everyone have horse-drawn carriages and make their own milk and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. There's
no
a lot
buttons
of just.
In Amerish?
It's all. They're always raising a barn over
okay.
here. But you know, it's like which team are you going to raise the barn for? Really, red team. That's the answer.
Yeah,
red team.
Whose side are you, Planet Jeff?
I am part of the Terran Republic, which I think means I'm the man, trying to crush the rebellion of these other two teams. There are two other factions to deal with: the New Conglomerate and the Vanu Sovereignty, the VS. So this is kind of a retelling of sorts of the events of PlanetSide 1.
Were there events in
No,
PlanetSide?
not, I mean, it's in that it is a constant war. It is this kind of constant open world, huge scale battle for all these control points and all this other stuff. So, you know, you're kind of trying to take territory, take back territory. You know, you go to bed at night, wake up, you find that the VS has crept all over your territory. You got to fight them all back. And as you control territory, you know, you sort of you end up getting bonuses.
Just
bonus influence and stuff like that. Totally. A lot of bonus influence. I'm just going to jump into it here. You can actually hit the insert key twice to kind of auto-deploy somewhere, but I'm thinking, like, maybe I want to deploy somewhere else. Actually, you know what? Maybe this is the right spot to go. Enemies detected. Looks like that meter's filling back up. Maybe we have control of it and we're kind of taking it back. Over here, though, what do we got? Enemy platoons detected. Oh, and they're filling it up. They're taking it over. You know what? I'm just going to auto-deploy and see what happens. Hit insert, get into a squad, hit insert again, and we are kind of in instant action.
Go where you're needed?
Yeah, but sometimes it'll launch you into an area immediately after the fighting has stopped, which PlanetSide 1 did that too.
Huh. That's big structure.
Yeah, big structures, you know, it's a vehicle-based game.
So could you theoretically walk from one end of that continent to the other?
Yep.
Wow.
Totally.
That's kind of cool, Jeff.
Or I could jetpack.
That's cool.
Oh, no, well, I took a bunch of shield damage for falling that far. So it kind of looks like okay, well, you know, yeah, so that's, you know, vehicle generators are used to generate vehicles.
You lost me.
That's, I can walk up to this terminal. You know, I have some resource points down here that dictate how frequently I can dispatch a vehicle. Okay, is that something that was in PlanetSide 1, or is this now part of the free-to-playness of PlanetSide 2? I think this is influenced by the free-to-playness of PlanetSide 2. These resource points, I think you may generate more of them if you are paying them. And there are boosts and other things you can equip. I have a boost equipped here. I guess for being in the beta, it's a 6-month boost that I get more experience and resource. 10% more for 6 months. Not bad. Okay.
SCU destroyed.
Gosh. Well, it doesn't look like there's actually much going on over here other than meters filling up. There may be some guys still lurking about that need to be kind of rooted out and killed, but this doesn't necessarily look like a hot zone to me.
Can you just, like, warp in?
So because I just warped in, I cannot warp into somewhere else immediately.
Oh, really? Okay, so that prevents people from just, like, zipping around.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't we take a look at the map here and see kind of where we went.
Where are you?
I have no idea, dude.
Map is intense.
Yeah. And you know what? There's no, like, tutorial. There's no...
yeah, so I downloaded this and played like 30 minutes of it. There's nothing.
Exactly. Like, you create a character, it kind of gives you some baseline information about what the factions are, and then you just are instantly rocketing into the world with no explanation of what the hell's going on.
It's kind of cool. Like, you go immediately from character create or selection screen to with a gun in your hand.
Yeah. So I spawned an ATV. I was here when this facility was captured and got a bunch of XP for hanging out, which is nice.
All right.
Whoa. And now I'm BR5. Battle rank in the original game used to dictate a lot about what sort of things you could do. And that's just no longer, that doesn't seem to be the case any longer.
If you were battle rank 7 and this tank is battle rank 8, you couldn't pilot it?
It's more that it was sort of how you spec'd yourself. You would, at battle rank 8, you would have a certain number of certification points, and how you spent those was up to you. But you know, if you were a hacker, you wanted to get better hacking stuff, or or whatever, you had to figure out how you were going to spend those points.
Okay.
I'm just driving towards where the squad indicator is, which has not led to great things in the past, but maybe this team is kind of working together as a team. It's got built-in voice chat and stuff, but we don't want to talk to people while we're talking to each other here. So, woo!
Yeah.
Not quite a Far Cry 3 level of vehicle madness on some of the controls here, but yeah, it is still. All right, that looks like some enemies over there that got spotted.
And I appreciate that, like, there's level geometry, and your vehicle is going over that geometry like it is supposed to.
Yeah.
I would not expect that necessarily from an MMO or a free-to-play game. So the fact that this is doing that is impressive.
Yeah.
That and like having what looks like solid shooting to me.
Yes, I mean, there are like 2,000 players on a server in this game, and it can be hard to get that shooting right when you have to deal with that much latency and that sort of stuff. But, I feel like they did a really good job in the first game, and this game, the shooting feels right on. So it looks like we've kind of got this territory locked down here. Let's look at the map here so we can figure out where we are. Is that us there? Xenotech Labs? What does it say? Xenotech Labs. Okay, so we're somewhere in the Xenotech Labs area of influence here.
Yes, that
is
chevron.
us here.
All right.
That's us here.
Boy, that's tough to see against the red background.
Okay, so I actually can deploy. I'm just going to redeploy over here to this region that we are currently attacking, trying to take over. So let's see how it goes. You can kind of see our guys kind of cruising down there, trying to get over there and start some shit. Let's see if we can get in the middle of that shit and die over and over again.
Death from above, Jeff.
Let's see if I can find a guy to land on. You have some limited control here when you are when you're launching in like that. Okay, so you see that you've got these control points that are very clearly controlled by the enemy.
A, B, C.
And we want to try to take those over.
Shoot him! Nice.
I killed that guy.
So can you go jack his vehicle?
No.
Okay.
Vehicles for other factions are not available to you. There may be some specking you can do to. In the original game, you could be a hacker and use your hacking stuff to hack vehicles if you so desired. I'm not sure if there is an equivalent in this game or not.
So are there classes, or do you just have a dude that you just load different loadouts for?
So you have different loadouts and different classes, but when you create your character, you don't pick that class.
Okay.
So we'll see it here when we respawn. We'll get a chance to kind of look at the basic classes and loadouts. And there's the game's sort of built where, okay, so we kind of pick where we want to redeploy here. We can go back to where we were at the Xenotech Labs, but these mobile spawn units, the Sunderers, people have driven them over here, and we can spawn in right there as one of these classes: light assault, heavy assault, medic, engineer, infiltrator. I'm gonna stick with light assault for now because it's where I've spent the most certification points, which granted is not that many, but it gave me this red dot sight. So,
all right.
Certification points are how you really kind of personalize your class, and that's where the most free-to-play aspect of the game kind of lives, in that you earn certification points for earning XP. I think I want to say the baseline is something like you get 1 cert point for every 250 XP you earn, or something like that. But, okay, I don't think I can go there because it's not my factions. I can't use the teleporter.
So are you capturing this building right now?
No, I'm trying to head upstairs to where the A point is.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Enemy medics, fire!
Oh.
Is there a spotting system in here?
Yes. The Q key will spot.
Excellent.
Am I going the wrong way? See, in PlanetSide 1, I feel like there were only a handful of different base designs, and eventually you learned how to take over a base. And it's one of the parts of this game that really could have used more tutorializing. Is I have no idea where I'm going. Obviously, I need to kind of run to the points, but then sometimes you get bases that have shields up in them and stuff like that, and getting around those shields and getting those shields down is tricky if you don't know what the hell you're doing.
So you're just like looking for the A icon and running toward it?
Yeah. Okay. There's the A. Okay. It looks like it has gone neutral. Oh,
Man.
you die pretty fast in this game. Granted, I'm light assault, so I will die faster than most
Okay.
of the other classes. You know, heavy armor and stuff like that. They get larger suits and stuff like that that keep them safe.
So when you earn those points to spend on yourself,
Yes.
those are like global for all your classes?
Well, you're buying items that are only usable by one of the types in a lot of cases. So I bought this red dot sight. It is specifically for this gun, I believe.
Whoa, all right.
So if I want to unlock a different weapon, which if I'm heavy assault, I can unlock heavier,
But you
more
will
badass
have needed
weapons.
to get a bunch of XP as the heavy?
Yes. No. Any XP just earns points. The points are neutral.
Okay.
It's just where you spend those points can be very specific.
All right.
Well, you know, let's head over to C here. Well, no, they retook A, so obviously there's some action at A. I just need to figure
How
out.
are you telling this?
You see over the left side of the screen, you can kind of see the colors
A
of
is
the
flashing?
icons. The A is
Okay.
flashing and gone gray. Okay, we're finally on the same level as it over here. So it looks like we have taken A, and I got here too late to help. So congratulations, team. Let's jump out of here and go over to B. I have to try to not use all the fuel so I can kind of get a softer landing there.
Nice.
Whoa. And now I'm dead. Okay, apparently there was a tank.
Wow.
That'll happen.
That then blew up?
No, I don't think I just blew up.
Something's on fire. So the free-to-play stuff, how does it feel? Does it feel cheap?
Well, you know, I haven't dug in super deep on it yet, but yeah, it kind of does. They do offer, you can pay a monthly fee, and for that you'll get, you know, a stipend of station points, which are this kind of Sony Online cash, and then you can use those you can just use real money to buy objects instead of cert points. It's not a system where you pay money for certification points.
Whew. Skin of your teeth, Jeff.
Yep.
Oh, it's like B's taken.
Yeah, it looks like we got B. So, but we lost A, so great job, everyone. Maybe I'll just hang out here and wait for them to try to take it back. No, that wouldn't be action-packed. We need action. Recording video here.
Shoot things.
Oh,
Like that. Oh, man.
lost that fight. He was just a heavier dude, and I went in with half health.
So in addition to like guns and stuff, can you upgrade like your shields and your sprint?
Yeah, you have certification points that you can spend on a per class basis. You know what? Why don't we, well, let's jump out of here. Let's jump back to the warp gate, and I can go through some of the certification stuff and kind of show you how that stuff works, and then we'll spawn like a flying thing and go crash it into something.
Great, yeah.
Okay, so we're back at base. At base we can kind of access kind of the map and other stuff that you can. This is kind of a hotkey away normally.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I don't want to spend too much time in menus, but I was pretty confused when
so
confronted with this.
Yeah, it's really confusing. I mean, they offer this one-page tutorial for like the map and also for certifications, but they're not always great. So you have, and I think it's only because I played PlanetSide 1 that I have some amount of like, okay, I kind of see how they're adapting this system.
Okay.
So you see these are broken up into classes. The max is your big kind of mech suit, body armor kind of thing.
Okay.
But let's go into light assault, which is what I've been using. So these are all things that I can unlock using station cash or points. So for 500 cert points or for 700 in station cash, I can unlock this secondary pistol. I unlocked, I went with my T5 AMC here, which I already had unlocked, and I certified for a reflex sight. So, like 30 points, something like that.
Okay.
Now I have access to that red dot sight. And unfortunately, there was no way for me to really try it. And I don't really like the sight so much. I leave myself wondering if this reflex sight is more my speed. But I don't want to spend the points.
Right.
I only have 60. So.
And those again come from XP earned.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or monies paid.
Well, so there's no money equivalent here. So it looks like I can unlock the weapons early for money here.
Oh, okay.
Like this track 5 burst here. I can unlock that with whatever station cash I have. I have 450 points. I don't really know why. I don't know where that came from. But hey, great. Oh, hell with it. We'll get a look at it here. What do you think? Oh, hey, item available for trial. Try now. Okay, so
cool.
they do have a system in there. That's cool.
All right. Yeah, why not? You like yourself some burst weapons, right?
Yeah, like a 3-shot burst kind of thing, and if it does more damage. Okay, so now I need to go to the loadout machine, which is this one, and I can go primary weapon, track 5 burst. I've got it for a half an hour here. Change attachments. I can put my I was in the beta camo on it. And then I can go to search for that weapon, but since I don't have it unlocked for real, it's not going to let me get any of this other stuff. Oh wait, I gotta actually deploy here. Track 5 burst, resupply. There we go. Just like you suspected, it is a 3-shot burst weapon. That's a pretty good iron sight on it.
Yeah.
Let's take it out and see what it does.
Alrighty.
But just to get back to certifications really quickly here, so we don't have to talk about it for the rest of this video. That governs access to weapons, but also things on your class. So utility slot on your infiltrator class. If you want to carry a med kit, you can do that, and it's universal. So you can do that. But infiltrator will have things like passive systems here. Actually, we're going to go back to light assault really quick, and actually some of these certs are like 1 point, so I'm okay with spending those.
Okay. And what is that percentage meter building towards?
I think that's just what percentage you've unlocked for that class. Okay. So if you get 100%, then you've got access to everything. Suit slot. What do we got here? Advanced shield capacitor, recharge delay reduced by half a second. Nanoweave armor, health increased by 10. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And I actually have enough cert points to go 2 points in that, which is 12.5. So let's certify there, and let's actually certify there again. And I still have 50 points. You know what? I'm dying a lot, and it's a light class, so obviously you're gonna kind of want to use some of that armor. So light assault, I now have nanoweave armor. I'm not actually sure. I may need to go back and resupply here.
Given the option, I always dump into health first.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so suit slot is empty right now. So let's put nanoweave armor in there.
Okay, I think this part right here is a crucial component.
And I double clicked on that, and the picture's not. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. That seems like
you got to be real sure you equip all your.
Okay, suit slot looks full there. Let's hit resupply. Let's hope that took.
Yeah.
All right, so back here at the base, if you don't want to just deploy into the action, like let's say you logged in as a full platoon of people. You get your full crew. You want to work together. You want to go out and do some stuff. You want to spawn at the base and then figure out like what weapon you want. You want a Galaxy, something like that that can hold a bunch of dudes. So then you can spawn that, load them all in, and then you're just like you're this crew, just rolling around the world, effing people up. But there are other weapons. Liberator. Actually, I think the Liberator might be the one that carries a bunch of dudes. But there's also the Mosquito, which is small. Search for the vehicles too. If you want to enhance the vehicles, you can spend points there. So that's every single aspect of the game. You can spend those cert points to load different stuff onto it. And
so that cost under spawn now, what is that? Is that like
that is my aerospace points over here. So it's a resource type.
For you, not for
me,
your team
personally,
or anything?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So resources, as they say here, if I was a member, if I was using boosts, then you can get those more frequently. That's just to prevent you from like every time you spawn getting the best vehicle and going out and dying over and over again.
Tick back up.
Yeah, those tick back over time to.
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
We'll generate that.
And,
and now we're flying.
Yeah. All right.
Oh geez. All right, we need to kind of stop here. I think I can hover.
What?
That's a shield.
Okay,
we're good. That's kind of our home base for the entire game. Enemies can't enter there, as far as I know.
Okay.
So that prevents you from ever losing your last spawn. You can be driven all the way back to that area.
Decent cockpit.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna slow the speed down here so I can. Oh geez, now we're sinking.
What?
We're sinking.
Pull up, Jeff.
Hit the afterburners. But we are gonna. I'm gonna land it.
What?
We need to look at the map. I need to know which way I need to go.
Oh wow, you can't just like pull it up?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't stop me because the world's always going.
Oh right.
Amp station. That looks pretty good.
Okay, can you set like a waypoint or?
Yeah, probably. I would hope. Set personal waypoint.
Nice.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
you're
south
right
of here.
Okay. All right, that seemed to work pretty well.
Now we'll try to fly over here. You have to reload your vehicle weapons as you would your kind of standard weapon. Well, let's afterburner over here and die.
Okay.
Let's go crash into this base and do no damage whatsoever. Kind of the, it's sort of the issue that PlanetSide had, and I'm kind of feeling it here, even though I haven't played a ton of it, is like, nothing's permanent. There's no real, like I said, you log back in and everything that you've been doing all night, the night before, is gone. And I guess it kind of has to work that way, but at the same time, it just kind of gets monotonous.
Tank? Is that a tank down there?
Might be. Oh, geez. I slowed down too much.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Jeff!
Geez. I need to...
You should have ejected.
I hit the button, but it didn't. I didn't get out in time. So
these distances are these
distances from where I died.
Okay.
So this Sunderer, we control it. Let's get out there, and I'm still equipped with this 3-shot burst.
Oh man. Something about like spawning and then suddenly explosions are happening.
Yeah. This game's pretty good about that.
Yeah. This is rad.
And we actually can't get through this shield, I think. I don't know. These guys are running through. Okay. Oh, that's a vehicle shield. Okay. That's with the vehicle on it. But you see over here, to actually get indoors, inside the base where we can start capturing stuff, there's actually a real shield up there that'll prevent us from getting through. And that means that we're going to have to find generators around this environment and take them out to lower those shields.
Okay. And there's nobody telling you this.
No, this is just, I've kind of pieced this together from playing the game for a little bit.
Okay.
And again, having played the first game, kind of knowing some of their basic concepts that they are definitely reusing here. So we have this generator over here, but it's already smoking. This one's already taken care of. But if we look on our HUD there, that one also destroyed. Gosh.
There's a lot of stuff happening on your HUD.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. It's hard to, it can be hard to keep track of what the hell is going on in this game. And that's, it's got that scale and a lot of big stuff happening, but it's hard to get a feel for the overall battle a lot of times too.
Enemy engineer in the area.
Generator prepared.
Enemy heavy nearby. Just saw an enemy medic.
Nice.
I'm helping. Oh, I'm dying.
I feel like this game, like Battlefield or something, you play it and you endure the slow periods to get to those really awesome moments.
Right. Yes. Yeah. There's definitely like a pace to these sorts of kind of large scale games that. Yeah. There's and when you've got a crew together and stuff, just speaking from PlanetSide 1. Like if you've got a full team together and you are kind of, all right, we're going to meet up in the base at this time. We're going to all get on this ship and we're going to fly somewhere and fuck shit up.
Yeah. Be on voice chat and stuff.
Yeah, like it's cool. And if you do it at the right time, and if you're kind of on a roll, you can roll your way across a continent and just keep taking stuff over, and it's a really powerful feeling. Right up to the point where you're like, all right, guys, I got to go. And then you turn it back on and find that, because everyone on the other team is somehow British or something, while you were asleep, they took it all back.
Ah, Brits!
Okay, so these shields are down now, so we can get inside, and that means I can get over here and die, which is going to happen any minute now. Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
So you have, in the bottom right corner, you have shields, you have health. Shields regenerate. Health does not, unless you're, hanging out near a medic.
Or give yourself a med pack.
Yeah. If you have a med pack, you can deploy that. I don't have access to the max. I don't know if that's a battle rank thing or if it's something I have to spend spec points. But I cannot get in the kind of the suit.
Can you change your allegiance?
No, but it being a free-to-play game, you can kind of create as many characters as you want.
Oh, okay,
the only thing you're really going to lose is those cert points and that battle rank and stuff. So you can create multiple characters on multiple servers and kind of play it how you want. Though like going through that progression multiple times, that doesn't sound like a great time.
Yeah,
to me,
if all your friends pick purple. Then...
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then you definitely want to play where your friends are playing.
Yeah.
Because I've found just kind of randomly joining squads like this, just kind of hitting the insert key and hoping for the best, that it's not. Oh, jeez, guy just mowed me down. I'm not finding the best kind of amount of teamwork. Not a lot of voice chat, not a lot of text chat going on. It's just a lot of dudes that are just like playing it like it was team deathmatch and kind of warping into areas and just, I want to find some guys to shoot, which is fine. But you know, it's not what this game does best. So as heavy assault, I can hit my ability key and pop a little shield here. That's you see that meter in the lower right there above my ammo counter. That's the resource that gets expended when I turn that on.
It's a cool effect. Yeah. I like it.
Generator destroyed.
All right, so that generator's back down. We got to try and get in there and mix it up like that.
Yeah.
I got.
You show him, Jeff.
I gave it to him. That guy is BR-28. That's nuts. That's a lot. It's a lot of BRs. Guy's all about his BRs. Let's just keep spawning here over and over again and dying, I guess.
That sounds fun.
But that's more or less that's PlanetSide 2. You know, you will work better if you are working as a team instead of just kind of rushing in here like this. Though even rushing in like this, you can still get stuff done.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. Thanks, Drew.